Where lots of dating.
You guys want to buy a hot stereo?
Stevie.
Ah, Flynn. Greg scares me.
Raiders and enemies of the state exactly what they deserve. Sunday, 8 to 11 on ICS Channel 1. Be there. Producing collaboration with the Zone 4 Department of Justice, all rights reserved. The Running Man, America's favorite game show.
A child, your child, happy, loving, caring.
You believe this shit?
Parents.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Don't listen to it.
I worry about the kids. The network shuts down schools. The kids are either in hiding or getting basic training, brainwashed by the TV.
We can jam the network once we find the uplink to the satellite. Then we'll broadcast the truth.
Truth hasn't been very popular lately.
Can't find the code.
All right. So
Grab the network.
let me put this on pause. So the truth hasn't been very popular lately. That was Arnold Schwarzenegger's line. There's a reason that I'm doing this. There's a reason that I showed that clip. So in the last 3 or 4 videos, I've been talking about what is popular versus the truth, or the truth versus what is popular. And there is like there's like a mass psychosis phenomena going on with this whole idea about the truth versus what is popular. And it's like, I really don't think the majority of people understand like what the fuck, how serious this is. So let's review this scene that I just showed. First of all, the guy with the beret, the red beret, the young guy, who approaches them at the beginning of the scene and says, "Hey, you guys want to buy a blah blah blah?" That's Dweezil Zappa. That's Frank Zappa's son. Now, there is a lot of controversy around Frank Zappa online. Like, you have people that regard Frank Zappa as a real truther who was really trying to expose the truth when he was alive, and then you have other people who will say, "Oh, he was CIA, he's an agent." And so there's all kinds of controversy like that surrounding Frank Zappa. He's a double agent. You know, his dad was CIA and blah, blah, blah. And he was born into wealth and all this shit. And if you haven't ever really looked into Frank Zappa, I would suggest that you do. Because, like, when you talk about meme magic, Frank Zappa is the god of memes. He was memeing back before the fucking internet. Like, people don't understand. Frank Zappa was mocking all of the Holly weirdos and all of these famous people for selling out. His whole persona, his whole stage presence, all of his music that he wrote was all making fun of Holly weirdos and how they sell. They're all sellouts, and that's all he ever did. He completely mocked the whole and trolled and mocked the entire hippie movement. See, and people don't know this about Frank Zappa. That's because they've never looked into it. And so if someone doesn't know this about Frank Zappa, but then they're saying, "Oh, Frank Zappa was an agent," and like, they don't know about Frank Zappa. They haven't done research into what was Frank Zappa doing? What were all his albums about? Well, if you look into what all his albums were about in the 60s, Frank Zappa was exposing fucking all the shit going on, the whole psyop with the fucking hippie summer of love movement back in the 60s. He was the only motherfucker that was trying to expose the hippie movement for what it was, which was nothing but a complete fucking psyop, and everybody is drinking the Kool-Aid on this shit. And he was mocking everybody that was making fun. He was mocking and trolling everybody that was drinking the Kool-Aid on the whole Summer of Love 60s, peace, love, hippie dippy 60s movement. He was the god of trolling and memeing stupidity and sheeple, dude. And Dweezil Zappa, Frank Zappa's son, is the one in this scene in Running Man. And this is a very important scene because there is an extremely profound truth that is slipped in here. And if you're not watching carefully, you miss it. So I'm going to go over what it is. So Arnold Schwarzenegger's character is with the other two characters. They're getting the neck braces removed from their necks before they explode, blah, blah, blah. You know the story of the Running Man. And while they're there, they're talking about how fucked up the society is. It's set in the future. And then the nerdy guy says, well, you know, because the black guy's saying that they're brainwashing everybody. They're using the media to brainwash everybody. And then the nerdy guy with the glasses says, well, all we have to do is break into the mainframe. And once we break into the mainframe, then we can expose the truth. And then that's when Arnold Schwarzenegger's character says, truth. And the nerdy guy looks at him and he says, you know, I don't know if you noticed, but the truth isn't very popular, you know. And you got to just stop. Instead of just letting that just go in one ear and out another, stop and think about this. The truth isn't very, because this is the whole idea of the internet and YouTube and all these people, you know, that's what they're saying is we're breaking into the mainframe and we're using these platforms to spread the truth. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, that, you know, whatever you think about Arnold Schwarzenegger is not the character that's portrayed in the movie. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's character is exactly right. You know, so the whole idea of the internet and using new and alt-tech media platforms like BitChute and Telegram is to hijack mainstream media and break into the mainframe of the internet using all these platforms in order to get the truth to people. And Arnold Schwarzenegger's character is mocking that by pointing out the fact that the truth isn't popular. And then it totally shut down the nerdy guy's ideas. Like, oh, all we have to do is break into the mainframe, and then we can put the truth out to people. People don't want the fucking truth. So this goes back to the series of videos I'm doing talking about the truth versus what's popular. This scene is the truth. The truth is that the truth is not popular. So this whole idea of, oh, well, we're going to break into these mainframes and we're going to do, you know, that we're going to be anonymous, that anonymous group who wears the fucking masks, and we're going to break into these computer systems and that way we can leak the truth to people. Well, the thing that in order to do that is the people need to be interested in the truth. And what the masses and possibly even you, the viewer, are failing to recognize is the truth is not popular. And so like you have all these headlines going on all day on BitChute and YouTube and Rumble and everywhere with this headline, they're hiding the truth from us. See, the thing is that is not true. Because if people are not interested in the truth and they're only interested in what's popular, well, then that's the people, not the truth isn't being hidden from the people if the people don't want the truth. And like, I can show you this scene in this movie where this is mainstream media telling the truth. This is more profound truth than what you find on the internet. You know, this is making fun of the idea of going into the internet mainframes and leaking out the truth so that people will have access to the truth. Well, that idea is bullshit if the people don't want the truth. And see, I think what the majority fails to understand is that people do not want the truth. And that's why all the internet is full of nothing but shills who tell the people what the people want to hear, just like the preacher at the church tells its congregation what the congregation wants to hear. The preacher does this because the congregation puts money in the basket. The YouTuber or bit shooter does this to keep their audience coming back and more clicks, more views, more likes for more revenue. The news pundit does the same thing for more ratings, more views, more ratings. It's soothsaying. It's all it is telling the viewer what the viewer wants to hear. And one of the favorite headlines is that they are hiding the truth from us, or they are hiding the truth from you. No, the truth isn't popular. So people are not interested in the truth, and they want to be lied to. They want to be told that someone is hiding the truth from them. That way, they have somebody to blame. They don't have to take responsibility for it anymore because somebody else is hiding the truth from them. This is the way this whole thing works. And again, I'm gonna reiterate making fun of, because everybody's always got some favorite channel. Like, oh, Crow House isn't like that. Crow House is good. And you could go down the list of all of them. Oh, the Corbett Report isn't like that. And just go down the list. All these guys, all these people that'll try to rationalize how there's some popular truther channel that isn't like that. They're not doing that. They're not pushing clickbait fucking lies for clicks and views and ratings and money in the basket. And, dude, this see, like, me trying to explain this is a waste of time because the viewer doesn't want to know this. The viewer doesn't want to be cognitively aware that they are choosing to reject the truth. The viewer wants to believe that they're a truther and that there is somebody out there that's to blame for, so anyway, yeah, this is just more about the truth not being popular and the truth versus what is popular. People flock to what is popular, not to what is truth. And you can see this over and over and over again. Go to the Crow House channel. Look at, dude, I've observed many hours of these guys, Crow House, Corbett Report, Cliff High is one. They're all the same. If they're popular, they're not spreading truth, because just as why I showed the scene in this movie, the truth isn't popular. You're not gonna hijack the mainframe and then start getting the truth out to people if people don't want the truth. And this is mainstream media mocking all of us because they know, just like all these YouTubers and bit shooters and all these, they're all playing the same game. They all know that the masses flock to what is popular and trendy, not to what the truth is. And so all of these guys are all the same. They're all soothsayers, and all they're doing is telling their general audience what their general audience wants to hear. And one of the most favorite things that the popular truther channel's general audience loves to hear is that the evil ones are hiding the truth from us. And that is the furthest thing from the fucking truth It is such a disgusting fucking lie, and the masses eat that shit up. Oh, they're hiding the truth from us. This is complete bullshit. Okay. So anyway, and the other thing I wanted to point out, people try to act like mainstream media is the evil one and the internet is the good one. So, I'm on the internet. I don't use mainstream media. Well, this is a joke. Look at the movie The Matrix. The Matrix illustrated more truth than any fucking truther channel on the fucking internet. By far. This scene alone in The Running Man exemplifies more profound truth than any fucking channel on BitChute and Rumble and YouTube want to admit to. Because the BitChuters, the popular BitChuters and the popular YouTubers, their whole scam is that they're breaking into the mainframe to spread the truth, They're breaking beyond the barriers of the mainstream media using these different obscure platforms like Telegram and BitChute and stuff to get the truth out. And the truth is just what Arnold Schwarzenegger's character said. He mocked the idea and is like, the truth? I don't know if you've noticed, but the truth isn't very fucking popular, dumb fuck. And that's the truth. Nobody wants the truth, man. And so it's a big scam that all the Crow House and Corbett Report are all trying to portray themselves to the viewer like we're breaking into the mainframe and we're doing a real workaround and tricking the establishment to bring you the truth. And it's just more of the same bullshit lies. The truth isn't popular. So anyways, that's that.